Hello, my name is Eve Indigo and welcome to Real.
The closer come, something in the way you look, something in the way you stare, something in the way you say my name, and ask me if I need you there.
First of all, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
My first question, rather a simple one to start off. What inspired you to become a singer-songwriter? How did you go about writing your first song and when was it?
Oh God, I think so. I'm quite lucky that I came from quite like a supportive, like creative family. Like my dad was a drummer when he was younger, and then my mum was a singer. And kind of what inspired me to become a singer-songwriter, I wanted to be when I was little. And then obviously you get told like, oh, you're never gonna make it, you're never gonna do well. And then I kind of pivoted. I studied film for a little while and I thought I was gonna be a writer-director. And then, you know, the film industry was just as hard to get into as the music industry. So I was like, well, why don't, you know, if the two things I wanna do are equally difficult, why not do the one I've always wanted to do? Oh God, the first song. I used to write songs when I was like 12 probably. Because I've been playing guitar since I was like 6, and I wrote little songs when oh God, I dread to think if anyone ever finds the books that those songs were written in, because they were so, I mean, classic 12-year-old, like, what do rock stars sing about? And I was like, heartbreak, even though I'm 12. Like, so probably that's the first songs I wrote. I was like really, really little.
Like, I saw that you have like a very strong like makeup-wise.
Really? I don't know what you mean. I woke up like this.
Oh yeah, that's natural beauty.
It's natural, of course.
But I was wondering, where did you find the inspiration? I don't know, sometimes I see artists with like inspiration from characters or inspiration from like series or something.
Yes.
Do you have any inspiration for yours?
Oh God, so I really love my favourite film, my favourite musical, my favourite like piece of art ever created by the human mind is Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Okay.
And in that Hedwig's, like my favourite colour is the colour of Hedwig, I call it Hedwig blue, this like bright, like tacky, glittery teal, and I just love it. So like Hedwig and the Angry Inch, the kind of the makeup that she has in that, these gorgeous like giant blue eyes, like big red lips. That was like one of them. And then kind of the like cut, like harsh cut cheeks is kind of like very drag inspired, because something else that inspires me, like apart from like, you know, like rock and glam rock and all that kind of thing, is like the drag kind of world. So like the kind of drag queen, like very harsh cut cheeks. And also it's very like kind of punk. It's like Susie Sue, like that kind of thing. This is weird, this is like toned down from normally. Normally I've got like a postage stamp of like just red lipstick on. But I was like, no, I'll be subtle today.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it suits you really nice.
Thank you so much. It's kind of, I'm like morphing into a cartoon slowly but surely. That's the goal.
Well, talking about cartoon, I saw that you like Barbie movies. What is your favorite Barbie, you know, like original style Barbie movie? I want to know.
Oh my God, stop. I'm so jazzed for this. Oh my God, favorite Barbie movie. I think the greatest contribution to queer icons is Preminger from Princess and the Pauper, like the villain from Princess and the Pauper.
Yeah.
He is so coded, so camp.
That
I
is
think
true.
he's, who's he voiced by? I can't remember.
I don't remember, no. But he has an iconic
He's so
voice.
good. I think, Princess and the Pauper is so good. I think Fairytopia, you didn't expect me to have this many Barbie opinions, did you?
I did actually, because I did a little research, but
Barbie Fairytopia was like the first one I saw when I was little, because I was like very, you know, like I had a pink like Disney bedroom and like Barbie everything. So Fairytopia and Princess and the Pauper, I think they're the top two ones. You can't beat them. The Barbie one made me so happy.
I had a sensation because I saw this whole like TikTok where you were talking about you being bubbles, right? And it was like, I need to ask her.
Because I was at the stage in my makeup where I looked like a CGI character that like wasn't rendered yet, and I was like, this is giving like the haunted Barbie CGI.
Yeah, with like the elephant that has two.
Yes, oh my God, it's so haunted. It's so haunted.
What is the most important or recurring theme that you can find in your music? Like what kind of message do you want to convey to your listener through your music?
Ooh, that's so interesting, because I think the message that I want to convey and the main things that I write about are quite different quite often. I think a lot of the songs that I've written and the ones that are the most like dear to my heart, like emotionally, are often about like the classic, you know, heartbreak, like painful experiences. You know, losing people is a lot of what kind of inspired the music that I perform the most often. But I think what I want people to take, like when they come to like shows or they like listen to my music, is like just be completely unapologetic and like, because I like to think that my music is for anyone who's ever been told you're too much, you're too loud, you're too emotional, you're too dramatic, like, because that's stuff that I've been told like my whole life is like, oh, you're too much, you're too, you know, you can see I'm quite like a loud person.
Yeah, but honestly, like anyone is, you know, should have their own character, and that's make everyone so beautiful, right?
Exactly. So like I think everyone should just be completely unapologetic. Like, be too much, who cares? You know, you're gonna die one day. Be loud, who cares?
You talk about your quarter life crisis. Is that like a bit of that as well?
Definitely. Yeah, that was one of the songs that I perform. I think every show is one. The title's very long. The title of the song is "The Mirrors Don't Know Me," which is one that I've performed quite a lot, like at real events, and I've performed at other gigs and stuff. And that was kind of inspired by, I went through like this really, really difficult period, and then I came out of it and I almost felt like I was like 15, 16 again. In that I think when you go through something really difficult, especially at this age when everything is really uncertain, I think that quite a lot of insecurities that you thought you'd gotten over come back. Because, you know, I haven't cared about like, you know, people finding me annoying or finding me like, again, too loud, or you know, meeting someone in a club or a bar and being like, oh no, they hate me. Like, I haven't felt that way since I was like 15. I wasn't going to bars at 15, but like, I didn't really have those concerns. And then I went through a difficult period and they all came back and I was like, why do I feel like I'm like 15 again? This is so bizarre. So I think for me, a quarter life crisis isn't so much the problems you're dealing with at this age, but it's the insecurities you had when you were a lot younger coming back to you when you thought that you'd addressed them and processed them and dealt with them. They just kind of keep occurring. So I think it's more of like a cycle rather than just like a one like, oh God, who am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You said the message that you want to convey is not the message that you convey through your music. Do you want to change that, or do you still want to continue?
I think there's some songs that when I do my like gigs with a full band, a lot of the music is much more like loud and like, you know, campy and like, you know, be loud, be unapologetic, you know, be like the most loud, unabridged version of yourself. The gigs I do with my band, I think, are a lot more like that because we are a lot more influenced by like the glam rock and like by the kind of 80s hair metal, like that kind, because that's the stuff I love. And I think more so now that I'm doing solo shows and kind of telling a story in between the songs, kind of almost trying to treat it like a very small one-woman show. So I think by telling the story of like how I got from, you know, this song to this song to this song, I think I am more bringing across the message of like, who cares if you're too emotional, like you're going through a tough time, like be emotional, be dramatic, you know? If that's what you need to do, then do it, you know?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. This one I'm curious about. What is a major red flag for you? It can be in life, it can be relationships, it can be anything you think.
Oh, a major red flag. Oh, that's so, you know what, actually, for me, I think I immediately lose interest in people when they do the whole, you're not like other girls.
Okay.
It's the whole like, I think that anyone, romantic or friendship, when they try and bond with you by putting down other people, like you shouldn't have to badmouth other people to make me feel good. That shouldn't be like your go-to. So that always makes me a bit suspicious because I'm like, what's your beef? What's your secret beef? New band name, Eve Indigo and the Secret Beef.
And if you could gain a new skill or ability instantly, like right now, what would you choose and why?
Oh my God, so this is actually, so like, you know in dreams, other people are like, I can fly, I can do this, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, every time I'm in a dream, I can do parkour. Which which is so strange. It's like I'm not the kind of I do not look like the kind of person that would want to do parkour, but for some reason, like in all my dreams, whenever I'm like running somewhere or trying to get somewhere, I'm like jumping around buildings, hopping off walls.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'll just get to work like that. But then I have to be like, oh no, I have to just get the tube. I can't backflip there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. And then this is where I will edit parkour.
Parkour. With just me doing like a really like flimsy little like flip off one of the tables.
Actually.
Just destroying your office trying to do parkour.
What's the best piece of advice you had before during your musician time or from your experience that you think you would like to share for people who are looking to aspire to become a musician more full-time? Or...
I think advice that my mum gave me actually is when I first started with music, she said, don't paint yourself into a corner. My mum said to me, because I was very much marketing myself in a certain way, and then my mum kind of said, don't box yourself into a corner, don't put labels on yourself, because then you're just limiting the things that people will call on you for. If you kind of don't put yourself under a label and just kind of let your name be your label, if that makes sense. So rather than, and I think that can apply with like genre, it can apply with like so many different things. I think, don't paint yourself into a corner and don't put labels on yourself when you don't necessarily need to.
Okay.
I think that's quite a good one, because I feel like people are so keen to be like, I'm this kind of artist that's, if you like this, this and this, then you'll love this. I think it's more important to just be like, I do this, and if you like it, wicked. Do you know what I mean?
And in an era where, there's more competition, there's like the internet and everything, how do you go about, you say you don't want to put yourself in a box, but then at the same time, how do you go about with, getting more recognizable online, especially with all this competition?
Oh yeah. I think that's what's so difficult is that, because I mean, like we all know, like the music industry's changed so much in that, like back in the day, it would be someone would hear your song on the radio and then like your music and then subsequently like you. Whereas now I think it's more people have to like you as a person before they'll even watch like a 10-second reel of you lip syncing your song on the tube. Like it's so reversed now. So I think for me, I try and get people on board with like me and my music is trying not to be too genre specific or label specific, and try and just be like, if you enjoy like more broad topics, like if you enjoy kind of the idea of cabaret, if you love spectacle, if you love, stuff that's loud and unapologetic, because then that can apply to so many different things, because I'm so inspired by like, musical theatre and like, film and stuff like that, which isn't necessarily like the rock or glam rock kind of music that I enjoy making. So I think just trying to appeal to like the broader themes rather than specific, like, if you like Aerosmith, you'll like my song, rather than like, do you like stuff that's really loud and silly, then you'll probably like me, because then you can reach a little bit more people, I think.
Makes sense.
We'll see how that pans out. I don't know if that's good marketing. The vaguer, the better.
Yeah, true. And what's your favorite musical theatre that you've been here?
Oh my God. So I went to go and see Rent with my friends when I was like 16.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, Rent is so, you'll weep. Oh my God, Rent's probably my favorite, and we went to go and see it when I was like 16, and the whole theatre, there's like a funeral scene, and there's a really sad, like almost gospel version of a happy love song from earlier on in the musical.
Okay.
And they like sang that song, and you could hear a pin drop in the theatre, but then you could just hear like, with me and my friend just sobbing. Like, we just couldn't stop. Oh my God, it made me cry so much, but it was so good.
Yeah, oh, that's cute. And I saw that you paint. How often do you paint, and how do you utilize it for your music? Do you?
Oh, that's so fun. I actually, it's really bad. It's kind of like a lot of people with their hobbies, in that they kind of go through phases. I haven't for a while. I think I really enjoy like painting just because I like bright colors and like collages, and like I like not doing art in like a structured way. And like when I'm making like a painting or a drawing, I'll just like find like a book that I like a certain illustration of and just like rip it out and like stick it on, even though it makes no sense. It's like, so I like to think that kind of applies to like my music and like the makeup and the look of like, even if it makes no sense and you shouldn't do it, I'm like, yeah, but it looks fun.
I mean,
So who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And what are your goals and kind of inspiration? Where do you see yourself, your career evolving in the future?
Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, I mean, you know, I want my name in lights. Like, you know, it's that kind of, the dream would be like, you know, stadium shows, like to be able to, because the music that I enjoy and the shows I enjoy are such a commitment to spectacle. So one day being able to do shows where you have crazy lights and fireworks and big stage curtains, like being able to also, I think, bring together like, yeah, theatre and cabaret, and then also rock music, because, you know, the musicians that I like, their albums, even if they are like rock or glam rock or like heavy metal, their albums feel like a musical, they feel like a bigger story. So I would love to one day be able to put on like a big stadium show that it's almost like a play.
Yeah.
Because it's this bigger story but tied together by this music that hopefully people enjoy.
Oh,
Fingers
that's so
crossed.
nice. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, innit?
Honestly, like, good luck with it.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, I'm Eve Indigo, and this has been Real, and I will see you next time.